This is Alice, one of our coaches here at Performance High. What do you do at Performance High?
I tend to occupy the liminal spaces.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I mean...
So what does that mean here?
Whenever there's a need for instruments of any kind, and especially odd instruments with electricity involved, that's usually where I come into play.
Mm-hmm. Well, you play all the instruments, all the band instruments.
Yep.
Primarily bass. Is is that your first instrument or just your best instrument now?
First, it was one of those things, like, I didn't choose bass, bass chose me.
Oh, interesting.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
So you teach bass. You teach guitar, drums, and keys.
Mm-hmm. So
you play pretty much everything that we use in bands here, which makes you a great band coach.
Yes, that's one of those things. Like, if I could be a band director, I probably would, but in all honesty, I don't care about learning how to play the flute or the clarinet or any of those other things nearly as much as I love all of these instruments, you know? Keys, drums, bass, guitar, and especially the music technology side of things. I love me some electronic music and square waves and sine waves and just how to make all of those things make pleasant sounds.
So speaking of kinds of music you like, you know, where would you say what's your favorite genre or genres, if you have one, or like what do you like to listen to?
Oh my goodness.
I know, I like when someone asks me, what is your favorite song to sing? I'm like, oh, suddenly I don't know any songs.
Philip Glass, huge influence.
Ooh, I love Philip Glass.
Yeah. That spectrum of like minimalist classical, EDM, I'm not a huge fan of dubstep, but I love house music and stuff like that. Classic rock, like hard bop in particular, but most of the time I'm listening to top 40s and other sorts of indie, catchy little sugary things, you know?
Cool. Do you write music?
Yes. Yes, I am split between writing music that is partially inspired by Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails.
Cool.
So, you know, just moody, half electronic, half distorted guitars. And then my main project, Uncertainty, which is looped solo electric bass.
It's super cool.
Thank you.
What do you like about teaching and working with musicians who are learning to play together?
I think I have to give that credit almost exclusively to my band director, just because as somebody who did care a lot about music, to be around somebody else who cared a lot about music and knew a lot about music, it just catalyzed something in me. And in all of the teaching that I do, that is always my hope, is to be able to, you know, share that sense of like, this is really cool, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, I know. You get super excited about stuff. I love to see it.
If it's there, I'm there.
Cool. Well, if you're interested in joining one of our bands or taking bass lessons or lessons on any of the band instruments, talk to us and come work with Alice.